Lee Jennings of The Funeral Portrait joins me, Ned, on The Underground. Lee, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself? How are you doing? That's an even more fun question.
That is a fun question, man. Well, it's like 7 a.m. in the morning here. I'm fresh up out of bed, so I apologize in advance for saying anything silly.
That's incredible, though. 7 a.m. You're going to let a little bit more light in, so it's a little bit bright. No, that's... What time is it here? I don't even know what time is it. It's 2 o'clock. So the sun is out. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside, so everyone's burned up. It's been a half already.
Wow, there you go. So we want to talk about your new album, Greetings from Suffocate City. It dropped Friday, September 13, Lee. Tell us about this one, man. It's a big step up, I feel, from A Moment of Silence, which is like 8 years old now. Man, why the 8-year wait?
Well, there's a few things. Number one, label starting to work on a whole new record. COVID hit, and that basically put us on pause for like 2 years because the label really didn't want to release new music from a new younger band during the time that you can't really tour, or during the time that you can't really do much, you know. So we just were like, all right, let's just see what happens, you know. We kind of had a pause for a while, and then you know, the timing just wasn't right. But then we started releasing singles after singles, and the singles started doing better, and it was like, all right, I guess let's do a record. And then now it's time for the record.
Oh, yeah, man. And it is from front to back an amazing album, too. And you've got just some very, very cool guests on there as well, like Spencer from Ice Nine Kills. You got Asking Alexandra on there, Eva Under Fire. How did you go about choosing these, Lee? Or was it like a difficult decision?
It wasn't really difficult. I think it was... So when we started working on the record, our A&R asked for... like a list of people that we would want to work with, right? And all these people were on that list, and we kind of went through and we were just like, who would be great for this, or who would be great for that? And I think the first one that really locked in was Spencer from Ice Nine, and that was, a lot of that came from us playing his horror convention, Silver Screen Con. So last year we played his horror convention, and he invited us out, and we opened the show, and it went perfect for us, and he was super hyped on us, and I sent him the song, and he was like, yo, like, let me feature on it, let's do it. And so he did it, and then literally next thing I knew, I was in LA filming a music video. So it was just like one thing after the next, you know. And then see with the Burt, we had Burt from The Used on it, and that was kind of crazy. Yeah, and that was even crazier because I had no idea that he would ever do a feature with like a rock band, because all of his features have been with a lot of like pop artists or Machine Gun Kelly, you know, which I guess he floats rock and pop, I guess, if you want to say. But you know what, we were just like, okay, you know, is this even going to ever happen? Like, I don't know. Well, our A&R sent his manager our song. He listened to it. Burt listened to it. He loved it. And he literally recorded the vocals the next day. And he sent it back, and it was good to go. It literally just sounded perfect. And I was like, all right, here we are. So, yeah, that was a little crazy. That one, when I got that email with like the demo vocals that he did, I was like, what even is life? So I'm just hyped. that happened.
So for you, Lee, like, it's just like an amazing outcome, and these are amazing guests like we're talking about. Who did you grow up personally listening to? Are these like bucket list features that you've got here, or is there still more to come?
No, I think that's you know, these all, well, I like Ice Nine a lot. Not even just from like listening, but I really respect like Spencer a lot for how hard he's worked over the past like 20 years. I think that's a huge thing for me, is I love how dedicated he is and how he never like kind of gave up, right? And I mean, of course, Burt from The Used. I mean, I love The Used, you know, it doesn't even go any, you know, like I grew up loving The Used, you know, and then of course Asking, and, you know, and I love Eva. I think her voice is incredible. And when, you know, they're on the same label as us, and I really wanted I wanted more female vocals on the record than we got, but she was like super down to do it, especially Voodoo Doll, and I was like, no, we like have to have her on.
Oh, that is amazing right there. And speaking of amazing, of course, you guys touring with Marilyn Manson and Five Finger Death Punch at the moment. Talk about bucket list items right there. Throw back to your early days, man. Could you see yourself doing that? Yeah, like that is huge.
Yeah, that's insane. Let me just say that's insane. Even just like 4 months ago when we kind of found out that we were doing the tour, because it happened really fast. I'm not even joking. I think we were getting ready to leave for a tour that we were about to do in March, maybe. And we got a call from our manager, and he was just like, hey, this tour's happening. You guys are getting the slot. And I'm like, what? Like, you know, we were literally in the van all together when we got the call that it was happening. And we were just like, what is our life? You know, we were literally on a tour in 250 cap clubs, you know, and now we're on a tour right now playing sold out amphitheaters and arenas.
Wow, that's wild right there. And just watching it from the other side of the world, like I'm part of some of your Facebook groups and all that sort of thing, and you're seeing different photos pop up every day. Like the growth of the funeral portrait from this tour must be just hugely.
It has been. It's been weird, honestly. I mean, I don't think any of us thought that this would happen, right? I think all of us thought, well, eventually maybe one day, you know, we'll be able to tour 500 cap clubs and maybe sell them out, right? By ourselves, right? Maybe we can just grow there. I didn't think any of us thought that we would ever be on a tour of this size. But I mean, I think we're nothing but grateful and excited to just keep it rolling.
Yeah, very well deserved, I'd say, man. And just back on the topic of the Greetings from Suffocate City album, Lee, it seems like you guys have just got like a different sort of relationship with your fans. It's kind of like we're in this together sort of feel. Is that a fair statement sort of thing? Even this song, like, you know, if you're going through a hard time, it's sort of stagnant, that sort of thing. You've got the music that you can relate to. That's the feel from the entire album that I sort of get. And would you say that's a fair statement?
No, it 1000% is. I think for us, we've always been kind of close with our fans. It's always been kind of personal, especially me. I think those are the moments that I relate the most to the bands when I was growing up. Like was when, you know, My Chemical Romance would make a blog post and it's Gerard talking about this or this, you know, whatever, you know, and I'm saying blog posts on their website, you know, before even the days of MySpace, you know, it was like, you know, it was whatever it was at the time. They, you know, or MySpace, you know, they make a bulletin post and they're like a tour diary or something, right? And I think I wanted to kind of bring that back with the way that I tell my stories or what I post and how personable I get, because I think a lot of people, they love to put up that like, that wall of separation and be like, oh, I'm a rock star or whatever it may be. And that's a complete difference of what we are out here, you know, and I struggle every single day with these problems. And I want people to know that like, I'm just like them, you know, or that they can pick up a microphone at any point in time and do what they want to do. You know, if they want to be a rock star, pick up a microphone, start, go, let's go, do it.
Oh, man, love that right there. And you were talking about the Silver Scream festivals that you've done, or Comic-Cons, I should say. You've done two, or about to do the second one. I think it's the third one down. Are you a big horror guy, Lee?
Yes and no. I'm more of a more modern horror fan. I grew up hating being scared. I hated horror movies. I hated all that. But it's a more recent love that I found. I love like especially like haunted houses and stuff like that. I think a lot of that is the theatrics of it, right? Because it's like theater. Like haunted houses are just theater. You know, you know, or it's an audience that's moving. You know, like it's just a theater production. So for me, I grew up loving theater, and it's one of those things that it's cool to like to be able to experience that with, you know, our fans, with going to these cons and like getting to meet them and getting to perform for them or doing something special, you know. And this year we get to go and we get to perform acoustic, but then we also get to do like these meet and greets and stuff. So it's going to be super fun.
Oh, most definitely, man. And you're talking about theatre and that sort of thing. Brings me to your music videos, which are nothing short of amazing. The one with Spencer, I guess, the Suffocate City one is probably my favourite. But I have noticed there's sort of a theme with these little ladies popping up with the red devil masks. Is there anything? Is that just coincidence, or is it?
No, so we created these icons for all the songs. So we have like our angel for Voodoo Doll, we've got an alien person for Alien, and we got like the Night Terror for Generation Psycho, and then the twins, like the devil twins. That's
Yeah.
cry, and then they turn into being evil. They're working with Spencer, Coach Chartis. So it's all part of this underlying idea of what this project is trying to kind of bring to life.
And that's what I'm saying earlier too, Lee. See, look, I had no idea about that, but there's more to the funeral portrait than just straight get up, play songs. You've got like that interesting background, and you're just doing that little bit more, which is very cool. I didn't know that, and I just think that's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's what we want. We like the lore, as we call it, and we're trying to dive deeper into it. And I think on the next release, it's going to be even more lore heavy, because we'll have a little bit more time to fully work on it. I know we talk about 5 years seems a lot of time, but a lot of the lore has been just as it kind of goes, and it's building this fan base, the Coffin Crew and all that. So it's cool that we're being able to do it more and more as we grow the band.
Yeah, and there's another thing right there, the Coffin Crew right there. What does the Coffin Crew mean to you, Lee? There's a pretty loyal fan base.
Yeah, no, we have a great loyal fan base. It's kind of weird, honestly. I didn't expect to have it grow so fast, but it's cool that it is happening. Like it's cool that we have fans that, who, no matter where they come from or what they believe in or anything like that, they can find some place where they can be themselves, and that's within our quote fandom. I would say.
Oh, excellent, man. And look, there really is like no signs of slowing down with you. You're on the tour with Manson now. You've got The Who coming up next. Is that right?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a bunch of shows, The Who, and then basically in between there, we've got a lot of like headlining shows that we're doing.
Nice.
And then we'll be home for about 3 months, maybe working on some new music during that time. And then we're going to go out on a whole nother full US run that isn't announced yet. That's going to be cool. That's with a bunch of like upcoming bands too. So there's like five of us that are like going out together. That's like kind of all upcoming, which is cool. So that's going to be a really cool tour that I think is going to excite a lot of people. So I'm just hyped. We're excited just to do it. And maybe there's some talks of coming to Australia next year. So, yes. So,
oh, man, I was literally, that's like the next question. You need to get onto your boy George and tell him.
Yes. So, I'll say there's this band that we like a lot, and then we talked with Red Hook.
Yes.
So I've been talking with us back and forth about maybe doing something next year where we bring them to the States and then they bring us to Australia. So maybe that'll happen. Who knows?
And I absolutely love that right there, Lee. It's great because sometimes, being down here, we miss out on quite a lot. That is amazing.
But you guys have some cool festivals though, too. I see some really cool festivals get announced. So.
Yeah, there's a festival coming up in December called the Good Things Festival. I think that you would go amazing on that. We have Not Fest as well. Maybe, fingers crossed, touch wood, we get you out there.
Maybe next year.
Yes, that would be amazing right there. All right, man, before I let you go, I very much appreciate you taking time out. You're a busy man. I want to grab a recommendation from you, Lee Jennings of the Funeral Portrait. What do you recommend? It can be a movie, it can be another band, it can be an activity, whatever.
Ooh. Oh my God, that's hard. I like that one. A movie. Go see Beetlejuice, because I haven't seen it yet. So go see it because I know that it's going to be extremely good.
And by the time this interview comes out, I will have seen it. We're planning on seeing it on Saturday night. So I'm very, very much excited for it. And yeah, hopefully it's good. I've heard only good things about it.
Me too. So go see it for me and let me know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, the album Greetings from Suffocate City is out now. Be sure to hit these guys up. TFP, coffincrew.com, Lee Jennings. Thank you so much for taking time out, man. Been a bunch of fun.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Ciao.